I worked for Mr. Beast. He's a fraud. Well, I think we can all see how crazy that would be if it's real. Let's watch the video.
Do you think attention is the most valuable currency in the world?
Well, of course. If you could post something and everyone in the world would watch it, you'd be the most powerful man on earth.
We're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this negative.
Very
the guy
smart
who
with your
just
money.
throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
Illegal lottery for money.
Got to the point where he's gambling with people's
You
lives.
don't have to pay anything to enter.
Contestant almost died. Jeez. Yeah, this is interesting. I like this intro. It kind of reminds me of those Netflix, like, murder mystery specials.
This is legal. I don't get it. It's a scam.
Or fake signatures.
Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
Okay.
Hi, I wanted to provide some context to this video. I'm a former MrBeast employee, and today I am alleging that the company rigged videos and did illegal lotteries and sold fake signatures. I would consider that fraud, okay? Thank you. Enjoy.
Whoa. Okay. Immediately, this guy is not putting himself in the best light. Big old bug eyes reaching out at us right away. Interesting. Interesting. I'm sure it's part of the flavor of his video that he's trying to go for, but just kind of a weird, off-putting intro.
The video. So this is part one into my investigation into MrBeast. I recorded this before the Chris stuff came out. I was also going to come out about the Chris stuff probably in part 2 or 3.
That Ava Chris Tyson stuff was crazy, by the way. Absolutely crazy. And after Dr. Disrespect, too, it's just like, man, social media presences, these big influencers, these big content creators, you never know.
Because I see a lot of people saying, like, oh, if you knew, why didn't you come forward? Why didn't you go to the authorities? Well, I was going to come forward. And also, like, going to the authorities isn't going to work because what are you going to say? Like, you heard rumors that this person is this way or that. You know, there's obviously evidence of, like, the Shad-based stuff. Like, that's been out for a while. People have internally known at the company that, like, Chris is kind of a potential minors attracted person, and the company protects her, or they were protecting her, and they protected her as long as they could. Jimmy knew, everyone knew, so, you know.
Whoa, what is this? Bro, I worked there for not even 5 days, and Chris was talking about his love for Lolly Corn and talking about his Discord server where they shared it. Glad you spoke up. That place is actual hell. Okay. You know, you always have to take these things with a grain of salt. You never know exactly how true stuff like this is, but just seeing it it's disturbing to see this for sure. Who knows how true it is, but yeah, just disturbing to read it.
Which I think that's more of a red flag than anything I'm going to reveal in this video, but you know, these messages happen in, like, MrBeast Discords, and yeah, I don't know. It's a mess when, like, MrBeast contestants are being exposed to, like, minor attracted persons and the company's protecting them.
Yeah, that's interesting too. Just the way that YouTube works, you know, he can't even say the word. He has to say minor attracted persons. Very interesting. But yeah, that's why he has to do that.
You know, there's a big emphasis at the company of, like, how to manipulate children, like, understanding their psychology and everything, and, like, seeing that that's sort of used in weird ways. And, you know, there's been, like, parasocial relationships and, you know, encouraging, like, almost children simping for these people, and, you know.
I wouldn't say almost encouraging. I would say straight up encouraging, because yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of content creation. You want your audience to be like, I mean, that's just how it is, right? We got to be honest with ourselves. You want your audience to be kind of like, not in love with you, because I was going to say like head over heels for you, but kind of like that kind of like strong feeling for the content creator, because then, you know, they want to keep watching and keep watching. They want to see the next video. They want to see the next, you know, Twitter or X post, you know, all of that. You want them invested. So yeah, basically.
Maybe that's as nefarious as it gets, or maybe it goes deeper. Anyway, here's an old podcast clip of Jimmy explaining that he knows that his audience is young. Which is an old clip. You could say, like, his audience grew up. I would say he's gained most of his audience since then, and his content's only gotten younger. Also, this clip really just shows that, like, he understands the YouTube analytics are bullshit, because he can try to use that as a defense, but he knows. So here's that clip, and then I'll get into the video.
The average demographic is what, 13 through 17? Is that the biggest spike in your analytics?
Well, I mean, mine's horseshit. It says like 18 to 24. But I know all my fucking viewers are little kids.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot like that because, you know, little kids lie about their age or they're on their, you know, like...
Well, yeah, and then I have like a fucking massive one for like the 40-year-old range because all the fucking idiots are on their parents' account.
Now, MrBeast.
It is interesting to see how MrBeast talks about his audience in a more frank and, you know, quite frankly, a much less nice guy way when he's on a podcast and talking about this stuff. And again, you know, I have not seen that podcast. I don't know for sure that was MrBeast. It could have been one of those AI things that is taking, you know, MrBeast and putting him in this bad light. Who knows for sure? But let's assume that podcast clip is real. You know, MrBeast puts on this kind of nice guy persona, and you know he's trying to help people, trying to give people things, give people money. And if that really is him in that clip, it's really interesting to see that maybe he's not the nice guy persona that he puts on. And of course he isn't. You know, these content creators, they have to put on this kind of face and be the person or the character that we all see on camera. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting to see that it could be very different.
Intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds for profit using 3 simple steps which closely align with the 3 major types of behavioral learning. Step 1 is getting the viewer to associate the brand with trust and authority. MrBeast videos are real, and he's a great guy that gives away big rewards to his loyal.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was just talking about, right? He built up this kind of image of himself and his channel.
Followers. I will show you irrefutable evidence in a minute that his videos are in fact fake. Step 2 is showing the viewers that when people interact with MrBeast in a way that benefits MrBeast, when they do what he tells them to do, they win big rewards.
Yeah.
Is he subscribed? You are subscribed. Here's some money. Have a good day.
Some of them feel like I just walk around with $1,000. It's like, oh, thanks for watching my videos.
Hit that subscribe button because you might bump into me in real life and it might make you a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, I highly doubt that he just walks around with $1,000 constantly, just looking for that opportunity to ask somebody if they're subscribed so that he can give them that $1,000. I mean, if he did that every single day, or you know, multiple times a day, or however much, it's not sustainable to just do that all the time, every day. I don't think, even for how much money he's probably raking in. But who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong, and he does that all the time.
People are devout followers of MrBeast, they get rewarded. And step 3 is finally calling on the viewer to act in some way that benefits the brand, promising big rewards in return. Now it's your turn to do what MrBeast tells you, and you will win big rewards.
Right.
You actually won't unless you're famous or friends or family of a MrBeast employee.
What's this? Okay, so hey, Beast fam, just sending out my monthly. What is this? This looks like Discord. Okay. Monthly reminder that we are actively taking new applications for contestants, so send to friends and family. We are putting a big focus on replenishing our local database. Oh, through Slack? Okay. Through Slack. Oh, okay, so this is like an internal message. Okay. So yeah, I guess this backs up what he's saying, that, you know, it only gets, like, people only get pulled in through this this local network of employees, like, you know, asking people who want to be on the show or something.
So young, impressionable viewers are made to believe that MrBeast is a trusted authority who can give them big rewards. These young viewers are explicitly shown that dedicated followers or random subscribers like themselves are winning big rewards when they do what MrBeast tells them. These young viewers are explicitly told repeatedly that if they subscribe, if they buy products or act in some way that benefits the brand, they will win big rewards. Trust MrBeast, watch him help others, contribute to his cause, and one day he'll help you too. That's the formula. Subscribe for a Lamborghini, and to make ride, you could be in one of these. Subscribe right now, and you might get pictures next to it. You might get $1,000. Subscribe and you might win a free car. Subscribe for a free car. I love all of subscribe and you can come next time. I might give you $100.
So if this is trying to back up his argument that he's a fraud somehow, like, this is very weak for me. I mean, you know, anybody can post silly stuff like this on, you know, Twitter or YouTube comments or, you know, whatever, Instagram, whatever. Anybody can post stuff like this to try and get follows or whatever. It's like sure, it can be used a little bit, but it's a very minor argument. I'm really hoping that there's better major arguments than this, that he's a fraud, because calling somebody out to be a fraud is pretty significant. So, I don't know. Like, yes, this is like a tiny bit scummy, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that bad. Because, of course, I mean, we ask people, you know, as content creators, YouTubers, whatever, we ask people at the end or in the middle of a video to subscribe all the time. And you could say something silly like this. Sure, and maybe somebody actually does win some of this stuff sometimes when he does these things. But just as a supporting argument, it's just very weak. So hopefully the, future arguments are better.
And subscribe, and you could win 10 red subscribe button, and you could also win $100,000. Seriously, we always fly subscribers down. They never fly random subscribers down. MrBeast fakes his videos in ways that are worse than you realize. I say that because he's been exposed for faking videos before, and the common response is, why does it matter if the videos are fake? They're just meant to be entertainment. A large part of...
To be fair, I mean, there is an aspect of that. Like, if people watch to be entertained and the video is entertaining them, then the job is being done. So, I mean, how real are the videos? Yeah, I mean, of course it is kind of lame to find out that this image that you have is being shattered and, everything is not as real as you think it is. Like, yeah, that sucks. But, if you're being entertained by the video, I guess, I mean, it's still doing its job. So, okay, we'll see where he goes with it.
MrBeast's brand is the fact that he doesn't fake videos.
I remember when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, this shit's got to be fake.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it's a huge problem for us now. I actually have to dial back my content sometimes just so people think it's real. Also, if what we had to film was scripted, because what we do is non-scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah, blah. If what we did was scripted, holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever
I do have a hard time believing that none of these videos are scripted. That none of them are scripted? Really? Yeah, I have a hard time believing that. Absolutely have a hard time believing that. Because, I mean, some of these videos, like, he's got stage upon stage upon stage upon stage. Obviously, they're designed in a way and laid out in a way, right? So you could argue that is scripted, and then even more so, just seeing certain clips where it looks like things are being drawn out for dramatic effect, and so by design, the participant kind of maybe knows that they need to make this bit a little more dramatic or something. I don't know for sure, but I just have a really hard time believing that none of the videos are scripted.
faked a video?
No. But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker. It's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a secret employee at MrBeast. They had him dive through this fake door twice. This line is scripted. This action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
Dude. Yeah, this is exactly what I was just talking about too. Like, seriously. I swear I had seen moments like this where the contestant or participant or whatever looks like they're stalling, and I mean, yeah, that's kind of hard to ignore right there.
You did it! Yeah! What we did was scripted. Holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Let's talk about Mac for a second.
We will die. Do you understand that?
I found public records showing that Mac moved from California to Greenville, North Carolina, where Jimmy is located, back in August 2023, 2 months before he appeared as a contestant. According to a former MrBeast employee, this is around the time when Mac started working full-time on the editing team at MrBeast. Also, he didn't just move into any old house, he moved into a $1 million mansion. Now, I'm not gonna dox him.
Whoa.
Only some asshole would do something like that.
After doxing and bullying the pilot some more like a f***ing douchebag,
turns to Eric and says, how do I fly this thing? And Eric just starts pushing buttons.
But I did find pictures of this mansion online, so I fed them into ChatGPT and asked it to create similar images. And this is what it came up with. And it's honestly not that far off.
You know, one thing I keep asking myself in my head, sorry, just as I'm watching this, is who the heck even is this guy who's making this video, you know? I mean, obviously he seems to have some interesting, like, you know, maybe even inside information, right? But I guess I'm not, like, 100% convinced that this guy actually is an ex-MrBeast employee. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But there's just this little bit of skepticism in my brain. So like everybody who's watching this, you know, maybe just take everything with a grain of salt until we know a little bit more. Let's see what he has to say. But yeah, that's just kicking around in my brain. Like, who even is this guy for sure?
6,000 square foot $1 million mansion comes with a movie theater and 7 bathrooms.
What are you gonna spend the $800,000 on?
It's a lot of bathrooms.
Yeah, I'm sure that $800,000 is really going to change your life.
Max is a nice car. Tell me, where are we right now?
We're in the place that we drove to a few minutes ago.
Snack, let's cut the shit here. What have you been doing for like the last year?
A lot of family stuff.
What kind of family stuff?
Just like you know, playing catch with my dad, you know.
For a year? How do you make money?
I mean, to be fair, this guy could just be a dork. He kind of just comes off as a dork. Like, yeah, I mean, he's just kind of silly. So I mean, this could just be his personality, you know? It doesn't necessarily mean he's a paid actor. I'm not saying he's not a paid actor, but he does come off as a dork.
How are you, like, surviving?
Basically, like, my main strategy is I go to, like grocery store type places.
Grocery store type places?
Yeah, and I basically, what I'll do when I get there, I usually get, like an amount of food that would feed me for, like, a week or so, right?
With what money?
The money that I've made.
How did you make it?
Huh? Listen, you're getting too caught up in the details. They'll figure it out. We will die. Do you understand that?
During this time lapse on the 4th day of...
And maybe we are figuring it out. Maybe this is just what we need. Who knows?
7 days stranded at sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut...
You know, that is actually true, though. I mean, I saw that. I did. I clearly saw that. I mean, we saw that, right? There's no one in that bed. That is interesting. I haven't really paid, like, to be honest, watch it, because I'm going to be honest. I've watched probably at least every recent major, you know, MrBeast video, or most every. And I've got to be honest, I don't think I pay that close of attention, like on clips like that. It definitely looks like there's no one in those beds during the night cycle there. And if this is them surviving for, you know, however many days, I forget, 7 days or more on a raft, it doesn't look like they're on the raft during that night cycle. So maybe there's something to this. Maybe more is faked than we think. Let's see.
Magically, 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
And after standing the whole night, completely soaked...
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht. It's ironic because this is one of the videos where they claim that they don't fake things.
But no, we have to be the real channel that doesn't fake things.
In this video, this wink was added in post. In fact, 58 was actually on the far opposite side of the room from 42, and he just didn't hear him. This whole revenge storyline was added in post. Multiple shots show how timers are edited in post. Timers are edited in post. Timers are edited in post. They also manipulated contestants' audio in post.
We got 15 minutes.
In general, if anything happens last second, it's fake. Or if you can hear someone's voice but can't see their mouth, the audio could easily be added in post.
I literally think I'm gonna kill you.
And yes, this lie.
I mean, to be fair, you know, adding stuff in post, is that fraud? I mean, that's a big leap, you know? Like, if you're trying to tie together a story to a video, I mean, you're probably going to have to add certain audio clips or things to make things make sense to the story you're trying to tell. But if there are actually people competing and they're actually doing these certain things or whatever, I don't know how big of a deal it is. It's an interesting point he's making, though.
Detector video was also fake.
Have you ever faked a video?
No.
It's that lie.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Okay, so MrBeast fabricates some contestant dialogue and timers and movements and storylines and uses a bunch of shitty CGI, but who really cares? I mean, the video...
Exactly. Okay, I'm glad he's addressing that. Exactly. That's exactly what I was just saying. It's not necessarily that big of a deal if he's trying to tie together kind of a cohesive story and flow to his video. if everyone is still, you know, competing and there is, you know, an actual winner that we get to see.
Videos are just for entertainment only, right? I mean, it's not like he's ever rigged the results of a challenge. That would be impossible because he films with hundreds of random subscribers, right? Wrong. Let's look at this video. Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend. So yeah, the random subscribers.
Wait a second. Let's go back for a second.
This video, including Jimmy's own.
Are you guys looking at this? I mean, I think that one's a stretch. Like, just look at the facial structure here. I mean, like, no offense, but this girl's got maybe like a double chin going on, and she does not at all. I mean, they do kind of look similar, but I don't know. I don't know.
Girlfriend. So yeah, the random subscribers you see in challenges are actually never random. They're almost always local to MrBeast and oftentimes friends and family of MrBeast employees or just the employees themselves. And when they do pull someone from outside of North Carolina, it's usually somebody who's in the industry, who's camera trained, who has built a following.
Oh my gosh.
Anyone I'm friends with watching that wants 10 grand?
They are never random subscribers. If you subscribe, you will not win $1 million. And what's even worse is that the result.
I mean, we could probably have all guessed that. I mean, like, obviously. Yeah. So far, I haven't seen like really truly, you know, just crazy convincing evidence. Let's keep watching. There's a lot more to this video. This video is like a movie. But yeah, maybe there's something super convincing in here. So far, not so much, except for the lack of bodies in that tent on the Survive on a Raft video. That was kind of surprising that I had never noticed it before. And yeah, I mean, that clip seems like it was faked. So interesting. Very interesting. I do want to see what else he has.
Results of this video were completely scripted. According to a former MrBeast employee, it would have been a PR problem if the boys had won by...
Wait. Okay, so we got to read this. In 100 Boys versus Girls, we were told it would be a PR problem if the boys won by a lot. Also, we didn't have enough girls to film. So several MrBeast employees stepped in for the video, but most had to get out almost immediately, so production was told to get more boys out to make it closer. Also, at the end, when we divided the circles into 10 parts, there was a shift change of the people monitoring the contestants. After that, I noticed no more girls got out, so I think the results were pretty much rigged. Interesting. And, okay, short-term employee that wants to be anonymous. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's, you know, there's no way to confirm this. I mean, unless he has a clip of this person and, you know, they show the whole, you know, text conversation saying, hey, this is my name and this is my conversation. You know, there's not really a way to confirm this, but it is really interesting if this is true. You know, rigging the videos, that would be proof if it's true.
By a lot. And because so many of the female contestants were MrBeast employees who got out immediately, production stepped in to actually make the results of the challenge closer. You can actually see some of this happen on camera, like when Jimmy pays one of the boys $10,000 to leave, which is twice as much as the actual prize money, but doesn't make the same offer to the girls.
The boys were blowing you out of the water. I paid the one guy who knew how to solve them to leave. Now if you don't win, that was all for nothing.
At another point, he gives...
This could be some sort of like political correctness move too or something. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that makes it better, but, you know, maybe he's trying to make it look closer, kind of like the text conversation was saying. He's trying to make it look closer on purpose so that it didn't look like he was just purposefully getting out a bunch of girls. That could be like a protection move, like a self-preservation thing where he doesn't want his female audience or you know, whatever, to be freaking out on him because he's not being fair to the girls or something. I'm not saying that makes it better. You know, that's weird and wrong in a different sort of way. But I could see that angle being, you know, attempted or approached.
The girls a camera drone so they would have been able to see how many boys were left. It doesn't work out, but seeing how much they're willing to help them on camera, I'm willing to believe that they did in fact help them off camera. Apparently at the end, they were only monitoring the boys to see if they stepped on the red line and not the girls, so that the girls would win the challenge. And to be clear, obviously the girls had an unfair start with having so many MrBeast employees get out immediately. I think they all did deserve $5,000 for that, but also the boys should deserve a fair chance at winning, I think. I think that's the expectation when you run a game show. But hey, that was a while ago, so I'm just glad they're not doing another rigged boys versus girls video.
I've never done a video like this, of course. And so it's... I could see it being really hard to get together 100 boys and 100 girls that are not just, crazies or, unstable or just horrible on-camera actors, something like that. And so, I can understand the angle of trying to get some people who could handle being on camera. Could control themselves in a certain way, or be at least moderately interesting, or at least do the things that you want them to do, like go stand in the circle and just be silly for a little bit. I don't know. I can understand that perspective. It doesn't make it better if the videos are being faked, but it's just interesting because I'm kind of looking at it from the production side of okay, how do we make this actually, fair, and how do we not make it just total chaos by having weirdos or whatever come into our video? But yeah, interesting way to look at it.
So knowing that MrBeast likes the results to be close and that offstage producers can sort of influence how a challenge progresses, I want to show one more example. This is a real-time video, meaning that time elapses the same in the video as it does in real life. Now immediately the intro is sped up, and the timer is clearly added in post, and he clearly touches the laser here, but whatever, let's assume that it's all real time. When he reaches the bottom...
I think I saw that laser. Did you guys see that? I think I saw that laser. I think he did touch it. Interesting.
Bottom floor, he has to turn these water valves. Now you can tell that these valves aren't actually connected to anything because the water flows out in an instant, and it happens when he's not even touching the valve. The contestant also goes back to the first valve unaware that anything had happened. And
okay.
He's still able to spin it. So the valve seems to spin freely and isn't actually connected to the flow of water. So you could assume that producers might be off camera with remote switches to trigger the flow of water. And assuming they've tested this, the producers might know how long it takes for the water to clear out of the room, so they could sort of decide on the fly how many turns of the valve it takes, or just...
This argument seems pretty loose to me. It seems pretty, I don't know. This is not one of the stronger ones. He's like he's saying himself, he's making a lot of assumptions here. And I get that this is just to get us kind of thinking in this direction, but yeah, it's just not a very strong one.
Just when to trigger the water in general to make the results close. And in this video, spoiler alert, the contestant wins the money, so rigging the challenge could be seen as a good thing, but there are many examples of contestants losing. And in traditional media, this kind of...
That's a fair point that he makes too. Rigging the challenge in the favor of the contestant. I mean, if your whole goal is to give away money and have people excited who are watching that somebody wins and gets money, then you are accomplishing that. So yeah, that's a good perspective too to have. Is it that bad to rig the video if your whole goal is you want to give somebody money and make a difference in their life and have your viewers see that on screen? I don't know. It could be seen as a good thing.
If rigging is actually completely illegal.
We always have the same person tie all the knots so that we know they've tied them at the exact same tension. I mean, we get down to inches. And then we have a standards and practices person. And if you don't know what that is, on any kind of a game show where there is a prize, you have to have somebody that ensures that it's fair. They are out there essentially to make sure that we don't do something that would favor one player or one tribe.
I've never heard of that. These kind of broadcast standards and practices. It's interesting to hear about. I don't know if that's something for a different country or if that actually is for the U.S. I don't know.
The one guy who knew how to solve them to leave.
In my mind, I'm thinking it's a fair game, but it's not. If they were having problems finding people, they can see kind of what area you're in. And they came to my area many times, and I was in the smallest cupboard.
Why did you lie? Why did you say in the video that you found Logan literally 1 minute before Zach? I outlasted Logan and was proud of what I accomplished. It actually built some confidence in myself that wasn't there before. I don't know. It's been a while. Let's call and figure it out. MrBeast edited Rosanna and Quackity out of the top 3, creating a fictional story where Logan Paul was top 3. I think I've heard this. I mean, depending on what video this is talking about, I'm not quite sure, but I think I've heard this before. I still don't know how true it is, but it's interesting to see this laid out.
They had like big ones, medium ones, and small ones. I contorted this little 4'10" body into the smallest space, and I was in there for hours. And they didn't even open the door because they were like, a person can't even fit in there. So they went in there and they opened all the cabinets, and my heart was like, oh, they're gonna find me, they're gonna find me. And then I could hear them saying, like, she's not here. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she's not here. The other thing that they said is absolutely no climbing in the air vents or the ceiling. And they said it's because they do all their wiring in the ceiling.
So I am up here. Okay, I feel good about this spot.
If it was held accountable, especially because this was a YouTube original production, Zach would have been eliminated for cheating. He broke the rules, and guarantee you, if I climbed in the ceiling, MrBeast would eliminate me.
He was in the...
I mean, I don't know. It just, this one, like, yeah, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. I guess that's how I feel.
Also, I think some of the MrBeast giveaways have been fake, but I'll get to that later. So now that I've explained some of the ways that MrBeast lies to build trust with his audience, I want to go on to explain how he exploits that trust for profit.
Okay.
Through running illegal lotteries, selling fake signatures, giving children diabetes, and more. A call to action.
Creating a chocolate bar brand is directly giving children diabetes. Let's not forget that people have accountability for their own actions, and parents are accountable for their children. So just the fact that you create a chocolate bar brand does not mean you are directly giving children diabetes. Parents are responsible for their kids. They should be deciding how much chocolate their kids consume. And, you know, kids, maybe they have some learned behavior from their parents. If their parents are consuming a lot of chocolate and they see that, maybe they copy that habit or trait or whatever. So I don't think it's fair to just instantly jump to giving kids diabetes. But, you know, yeah.
Is simply when you tell the viewer to do something, saying subscribe is a call to action. Early in his career, MrBeast found a better version of this where he takes a call to action and he adds positive or negative reinforcement to it. Now, as adults, we can recognize that subscribe for a cookie is a joke. It's not a real offer, but again, MrBeast's audience is primarily children who may have authorities in their life that actually use sweet treats or video game detentions as forms of reinforcement, and you aren't
I can understand what he's saying, but this argument is kind of silly. Like, obviously, this is silly.
born understanding sarcasm. Whatever the reason, these reinforced call to actions are more effective than just saying subscribe. Oh, but there's an even much better version. The call to action giveaway.
If you guys want to win a brand new PS5, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel.
I can't believe people are still doing fucking giveaways. Holy shit, it's so annoying. Stop
True, man. Oh, true.
this fucking shit. I'm so tired of it. Fucking 10 years of YouTube, people are still like buying subs for this shit.
Over the next 7 days, I'm gonna be giving 1,000 random people that subscribe a free Samsung Galaxy S24.
How is this legal? I don't get it. All you have.
It is annoying. I mean, it really is. At the very least, you know, whether it's wrong or it's illegal or whatever, it's annoying.
It's a great channel.
All you have to do to enter to win one of these phones is subscribe.
It's a scam. Holy shit.
I literally spent over $1 million on these phones, and we literally found him 1 minute before Zach. I spent over $1 million on these phones. All you have to do to enter is hit that subscribe button.
Samsung, I just want you to love me.
So yeah, that's what a call to action giveaway is. At best, they are a way to buy subscribers, but much of the time they are legitimate scams. Either a YouTuber doesn't actually give away a prize, or in the case of these live streams, they are illegal lotteries where the only way to win a prize is by making a purchase. And obviously, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just going to show you the law and then show you irrefutable evidence of what's being done, and you can make your own conclusions.
Okay.
The FTC defines a lottery.
A lottery is any scheme that contains all three of the following elements and is by definition illegal. Distributions of a prize, something of value to the winner. Determined by chance, distribution of the prize by chance, to a person who pays consideration, paying or doing something to participate. Okay. Wait. Isn't that what we just determined? Oh, by definition, illegal. Okay. Yes, good. Yes, so these are all illegal. Yes, so paying to buy a shirt that gets you into a lottery or something is illegal, apparently, for this.
As containing three elements: a valuable prize, random chance, and consideration, which can be time or effort, but in most cases is just payment.
Okay, and it has to be all three is what it's saying. Okay.
Successfully run a contest or a sweepstakes, you must eliminate one of these factors. A contest, for example, eliminates chance, and a sweepstakes eliminates consideration. In determining if any MrBeast giveaways have been illegal lotteries, we need to identify a prize, which is distributed through random chance and cannot be won without spending money. On August 2nd, 2020, MrBeast live streamed him and his friends signing limited edition shirts celebrating 40 million subscribers. And here are just some of the clips from that stream.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this. In 10 minutes, right, because we gotta give them time to do their cart, we'll give 2 orders $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3,000 in their order. In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put $1,000 in a random order. 2 minutes.
Okay. I can see it. Yes, I can see it. I clearly see it, right? So we have the prize, we have a chance to win the prize, and they have to pay to get said prize. So doing illegal lotteries. Okay, that's a check. I think we got that one, and that is not a good thing. But if people elect to be in these illegal lotteries, I think that is their own foolish mistake. Again, you know, his viewers are accountable for their own actions. I'm not saying that it's not illegal what he's doing, but I'm saying that anybody who's participating is participating of their own free will. So, you know, there's a two sides to this, of course. I'm not saying that what he and his team are doing here is not wrong. But, yeah, that's interesting.
Newest order gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
So this was a 6-hour live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries. These lotteries are also run poorly. Multiple times they would say something like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win. And then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is going to win.
In 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $1,000?
We do.
Yeah. So, all right. So the newest order in 30 seconds, we are going to put $1,000 in your package.
Stephen K.
Okay.
Stephen King. And there is no second giveaway 30 seconds later, like Jimmy said. This is just one very shady giveaway. They just go on to talk about how Stephen made a profit.
Stephen's a handsome name.
So he actually walked away with some money.
We're proud of you, Stephen.
We're proud of you, Stephen. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, I've never looked up that law about lotteries. I've never looked up that law and the requirements there. So if that is what it actually reads as, we can check off illegal lotteries. Yeah.
13
Allegedly.
Of these extra shady lotteries where they did not give the prize in the original time frame that they said.
Okay, so we're going to put 2 iPhones in this piñata, and we're going to give it to someone who orders a shirt in 3 minutes? 5 minutes. Buy a limited edition shirt or hoodie, and we're going to pick a random one in 10 minutes and give them $2,000.
Have we done iPhones yet?
Yeah, oh,
we did one.
Oh, wait. Hey, Daryl, first, actually, before we do that, we never picked a piñata.
So these clearly fit the definition of an illegal lottery. These clips are also not out of context. No one ever said no purchase necessary. There's nothing in the description or on the website. At one point, MrBeast is informed that they ran out of PlayStations, and he says, Are we trying to not sell merch?
Our city is sold out of PlayStations. We don't have any. We have to give away. Are we trying to not sell merch?
So he clearly knows that they're making more money by running these illegal lotteries. Another shady thing he did was constantly suggest that they're doing too many giveaways to make a profit.
My guy
Okay.
is doing the numbers. It's like, stop, please. It's like, you do realize every time you give away an Xbox and $1,000, you don't make money. I'm like, oh, I know we're not gonna make money. What are we doing, guys? We're gonna check after the stream, and it's gonna be like,
oh no, what a waste.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna break neutral.
When there's
I mean, yeah, in the heat of this crazy stream, like doing tons of giveaways at the same time as trying to keep up with the sales, and obviously you're selling merch, you're trying to make money. I mean, I don't see how this is an argument for anything. Like, obviously the point of selling merch is to make money, so yeah, I don't really get this.
There's just no way they were ever even close to losing money on this stream.
I don't know who this is, but you just got a pair of AirPods. Oh my gosh, we're not making money. Guys, we need to stop giving everyone something.
We've just lost like 7
almost everything that someone's bought, we put something in their package. I'm not gonna make money.
In 5 hours, they gave away about $50,000 worth of stuff and sold over 50,000 t-shirts. Selling these t-shirts at $42 each, profit margin would be about $22. But even if they were making like $1 per shirt, they would still be fine. Also, by my estimates, only 1 in every 1,600 orders actually won a prize. And I guarantee he has real-time analytics on his laptop. He knows they make more money every time he says, "Oh my God, guys, we're giving away so much stuff. We're not even gonna make a profit. Please, don't you want me to make a profit?" That's why he keeps saying it. Also, they just don't show how winners are picked. So it's probably not actually random. You know, humans have biases. Imagine Jimmy tells the guy off.
I mean, he's trying to sell shirts. Like, if he's selling the shirts and he wants to sell the shirts and he's selling the shirts and he does the tactics to sell the shirts, okay, he's selling shirts, whatever. You know, whether it's kind of slimy or what, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't like significantly degrade my opinion of this content creator who, I mean, that's what they do. That's what content creators do. You know, they have the merch, they sell the merch. That's part of their income. That's just what it is. You know, he's trying to make a point. I get it. This one is not as strong.
Camera, hey, pick a name right now. And he sees 2 names. One is easy to pronounce, one is not. This is why lotteries are heavily regulated, to ensure fairness. Also, obviously, you have to be 18 to play the lottery. It's gambling. MrBeast isn't just promoting gambling to children here. He's running the casino. And this isn't even close to the worst stream he's done. 4 months later, MrBeast signed shirts again, but this time it was a 24-hour live stream with way more illegal lotteries. And by the way, the rest of these streams were taken down shortly after upload, so all I have is some old clips and Reddit threads talking about them. Now this stream did say, we are doing a ton of giveaways, no purchase necessary, in the description. But to be eligible to win most prizes, you had to make a purchase.
Would you guys prefer... Would you prefer that we throw money in random orders or that we throw items in random orders?
Yeah. Somebody screamed in chat, "I want a Switch! Hey. Buy a shirt!"
In 30 minutes, we are giving away my car to someone that buys merch.
Which each giveaway is its own independent event. You can't give one prize to someone who buys something and a different prize to someone in chat. The prize where you have to buy something is still an illegal lottery, which obviously MrBeast knows this, but you know, he's a poker player. He likes a little bluffery, a little plausible deniability, you know, pretending to be ignorant of the law.
You know, YouTube's a little different than this.
Yes, I can agree that MrBeast has allegedly run some illegal lotteries based on what I saw.
Yeah, because YouTube, I can just do stuff like that. I can just be like, you know what? Pull up a database of 100 people that bought chocolate bars and pick 100 random ones.
Got it.
I think I can do that over here. I don't know. So I don't want to say anything, and then someone be like, yeah, actually, that's illegal.
Right.
I could not find any way to enter the big Tesla giveaway without spending at least $42.
And we're giving away a Tesla to someone random who bought stuff.
They also gave away 24 tickets, which gave you the opportunity to be in a video. Again, most of these tickets you had to make a purchase to win.
One random person that buys in what time frame? 10 minutes. We're going to put this in someone's order that buys something.
And we're going to have 24 people. We're going to put them in 24 different circles.
$1 million on the line, have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Also, this video never happened. There is no MrBeast video of 24 people in circles competing for $1 million. Unless it ended up being 100 people in a circle competing for $500,000, but that's a smaller prize. And
that could just be as simple as, you know, sometimes you have to scrap video ideas because the video just doesn't pan out. It doesn't work. It doesn't, you know, it's not entertaining. You know, so they may have won that chance and then just the video got scrapped. You know, we don't know.
Much worse odds. So like, did they just pocket the money or what? Hey, it's the pilot guy.
Woo! Let's get it!
Wait, he's about to be the first one out? That's unlike him.
Even though you got out first, I still have a prize for you. Just wait here.
Oh, first person out gets a car, and it just happened to be your friend Mac. Another thing that just annoys me is Jimmy constantly says during these live streams that he's just doing this for fun because he loves giving things away.
Oh.
It's kind of crazy if that Mac guy is actually a paid actor. I mean, I can buy it. I really can. I could buy that, definitely. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
And I just like giving away stuff. It's kind of fun to me.
Imagine you just lost a bunch of money at the casino and the owner comes out and he says, guys, the reason I do all this, I just love giving away money. Also, you're 7 years old in that example. It's insane that he can flip these massively profitable illegal lotteries targeted towards children as an act of generosity.
Did you guys see that? Let me just roll this back for a second here. That would be insane. 10 million plus during a stream. I mean, they're rolling in it. These guys are making big money if that's the case.
Illegal lotteries targeted towards children as an act of generosity.
So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to go place an order at shopmrbeast.com. Anyone watching any of the lives. And we're going to throw iPhones in some of them.
And again, there are very few.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, just more and more cases of these alleged kind of like sweepstakes or, you know, that kind of fraud, you know, illegal sweepstakes or whatever. Yeah, this is, I mean, just more and more cases that we're seeing here.
Few videos of this live stream on the internet. I think MrBeast probably copyright strikes re-uploads. But almost any clip you do find will have some new violation of internet gambling or sweepstakes laws.
I thought it was him. I was like, keep going. Wait, really? Let's go! Wait, it's literally like his initial. Who is it? My cousin. Wait, really?
Actually, that's illegal.
Some of the common complaints we see in threads about this live stream are that they only signed large t-shirts. So when they selected an order to give a prize, it was apparently always a large or extra large t-shirt. They kept saying things like buy in the next 15 minutes for a chance to win and then not honoring it. Multiple people claiming that their name was read to win a prize and they never received it.
Is it possible, no, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, is it possible that just because of the sheer magnitude of these giveaways, that some of these names are getting lost in kind of translation or lost in the heat of the moment and stuff like that, to where some of these people are not getting the orders, and that's why these things are happening, just because it's such a big thing, such a big giveaway that they're putting on? I think that could be possible, but I'm not sure what happened exactly.
Person is still tweeting about it to this day. There's a lot more people complaining about the deceptive sales tactics. Reading all this really upsets me because I spent money I honestly didn't have for 5 shirts at different times during the live.
Well, that's just the fool's fault. If you don't have money to buy the shirts, you shouldn't be buying the shirts. That's just, I mean, that is just your own fault right there.
When they said things like buy now and you will get prize or money. And I received 2 orders and nothing but shirt, both with MB and one with a heart and one with a smiley. I was hoping for at least a couple things for Christmas for my family. This commenter also goes on to explain that she's disabled, has PTSD.
Yeah, I don't think I would gamble with my money to provide Christmas presents for my family. From that last example, that doesn't really make sense to me. That sounds like somebody who is irresponsible with their money. So that's not really the greatest example of, this giveaway being like staged or like a failure or something like that. Like, I don't know. It just sounds like somebody who bought into the giveaway didn't win because other people won, and they were irresponsible with their money. Trying to bring in yeah, it sucks if they weren't able to provide Christmas presents for their family, but that was their own fault for their own poor decision making.
Lotteries and scams specifically target vulnerable populations like that. I'm disappointed. My son bought a signed shirt and was so excited. He watched a live stream and saw that people who bought would receive $100. He was excited to win something and be a part of his favorite streamer, MrBeast. When the shirt arrived, he was grinning from ear to ear. When he realized that there was no $100, he was visibly disappointed. He said nothing other than, "I guess he meant everyone except me." He loves his shirt, but I'm really upset seeing him hurt. And obviously,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I can feel the feels from it a little bit, but at the same time, like, you know, kids, sorry, not everybody wins in a giveaway, or you know, it sucks, but that's the truth. You know, that comment was coming from the parent in that situation. I mean, the parent just has to give his kid the hard truth, you know? I mean, sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but that example, trying to play on people's feelings, is kind of dirty, kind of underhanded, because it doesn't really help in his case he's trying to build. It's just kind of like, oh, you know, a kid, you know, lost, or not even lost. A kid bought a shirt and didn't get free money from it. Like, oh well, you know? It's just weird.
obviously people can lie on the internet, but a lot of people are independently claiming the same things. Like that at the end of the live stream, they said they were putting $100 in every order. Now, my speculation is that they...
Okay, that's different. Okay, I may have to go back on everything I just said if that's the case. I should have let him cook. I should have watched the rest of that clip there. Yeah, if that's the case, if they were promising the $100 to everybody who bought, if that kid had bought in that time frame when they were promising $100 to everybody who bought in that time frame, that is very different.
Put $100 in every order that came across the table that they signed, but I'd be interested to see how they worded that. If the video of this live stream ever resurfaces, I think a lot of these claims will be proven true, which MrBeast definitely has this stream saved. He saves all his footage. So I'll ask you, Jimmy, will you publish this to prove your innocence? Also, using archive.org, we can see what the website looked like on the day of the stream, and while there's no mention of any sweepstakes whatsoever, it does say this limited tee signed by MrBeast and crew, but the description says it's signed by a member of the MrBeast crew, and it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign MB, deceiving people into believing it was signed by MrBeast. So here's a clip.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I mean, the deception there is obvious and, yeah, very dirty. I don't know. Yeah, something about that. You know, you fake videos and, like, maybe you hire paid actors and stuff like that. Maybe timestamps change on, like, a timed video or whatever. If it's entertaining, the video's good. Still, I mean, for what it is, if it's supposed to be an entertaining video and it entertains, it's doing its job. But if you're saying that you're giving someone something tangible, you're giving them a product, and you know it's something that they're paying money to receive at a certain value or a certain price, and they're not getting it. If they're paying for a T-shirt that's signed, and you're clearly, you know, alluding to it being MrBeast, even if it doesn't say it in, you know, plain text, MrBeast or whatever, that is so shady and dirty, in my opinion, to promise something like that and then not deliver. That's really weird.
Clip of Tyler using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away. Could you make it?
All right, and we have video evidence right there. Yeah, that's sleazy, man. That is actually sleazy. I mean, I feel bad for the fans, the true, like the hardcore fans who bought into merch like this. I mean, yeah, that's so sad. It's so sad to take advantage of your fans like that. If you're offering something like this, you're saying that MrBeast is going to sign stuff. It should be him signing. That's what he signed up for, you know? It's so sad.
Make it any more obvious. You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature as muscle memory. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I think this is fraud. Maybe they could say it's the brand's signature, even though it's clearly implied that this is Jimmy's signature, which was established during the last live stream.
Yeah.
MB, MrBeast. So this is MrBeast's signature.
No way, this one was signed by MrBeast. It's just got the MB, but that means it's signed by MrBeast. That's obviously his, MrBeast. This is so cool. That's obviously his, MrBeast.
You know, some people bought these shirts as collector's items or even investments, and this puts in...
Yeah, that's dirty, man. That's dirty. I don't like it. I don't like... Yeah, man. That's the most damning thing that I've seen so far. Really. I mean, other than the obvious evidence of faking the videos, people not being... Okay. The supposed proving evidence of people not being in the tent in that that survive on the raft video. But other than that, yeah, this is the most damning. That is, yeah. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, man.
...into question the authenticity of all MrBeast signed merch, which otherwise could have been very
True.
valuable one day. This was clearly muscle memory.
Yeah, this is a good point. Yeah, it throws into question any other signed t-shirt that anybody has ever gotten, other than one that he specifically on video signed and then handed to somebody, or, you know, in person signed and handed to somebody, and it's provable that he signed it. Yeah, it throws into question all others. Fake signed t-shirts, MrBeast, allegedly.
And judging by his body language, he knew he exposed this. Even Tariq notices Tyler slip up and immediately looks into the camera, looks guilty, and then readjusts his body and rubs his hands together. Also, MrBeast said during the live stream that this is the last time he'd ever sign anything, and that was just a lie. Illegal lotteries targeted towards children and selling fake signatures. I mean, imagine if any other YouTuber was caught doing this.
You're very smart with your money.
The guy who just throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
By this point, MrBeast noticed a problem with these CTA giveaways. I mean, obviously they're illegal, but more importantly, they're not as profitable as they could be. Look at it like this. There
Okay, color me intrigued. Give us more.
are two value propositions at play here. The perceived value of the product and the perceived value of the chance to win a prize. So for something like these $42 t-shirts, if the viewer values the chance to be in a video at $10, then...
Dude, can I just say, I mean, maybe the t-shirts are like really high quality. Maybe they're actually made in the US and not made in some sweatshop in China. But $42 a t-shirt, and I don't know how recent that stream was. Maybe it was a year ago or 2 years ago with crazy inflation. I mean, what are we talking, like a $50 shirt now? That's insane. For a t-shirt. Doesn't matter if it's MrBeast or anyone, the biggest creators out there. Like, you're just ripping into your fans' pockets like crazy. That is almost, oh man, that bugs me. That really bugs me. I mean, you could be offering a shirt for $20. You'd still make a profit. I guarantee it. You would still make a profit at $20 with the brand on there. And yet they're still going for this high dollar margin, 42. Crazy.
They need to value the t-shirt at an additional $32 to make the purchase. So the more expensive the product, the less effective the lottery is. You want to get the product as close to $0 as possible, so people are just paying for the perceived value of the lottery. That's what's most profitable because humans can't accurately comprehend the...
Wait, what is this? What is this? The human mind evolved under conditions in which it wasn't necessary to comprehend large numbers, let alone lottery-sized probabilities. Okay. As they creep up into the thousands, millions, and hundreds of millions, numbers become increasingly abstract and difficult to visualize. That makes sense.
The difference between 1 in a million odds versus 1 in a billion odds, they both kind of just compute as, I have a small chance to win, which MrBeast is well aware of this flaw in human mental arithmetic.
Past a certain point, the average human is like, large sum of money, click. And like larger sum of money doesn't really impact the viewing experience.
So also, the larger your audience is, the more profitable a lottery will be. Anyway, MrBeast...
That's true, and I see what he's doing here. I mean, he's proving that, you know, he's establishing the whole frame here around the money concept and the large numbers and the fact that MrBeast is aware. So I got that.
wanted the cheapest product possible to use for these CTA giveaways. Basically a piece of paper, but you obviously couldn't sell a piece of paper without getting backlash.
Wait. Feastables did try to do a sticker sweepstakes, but they quickly removed the promotion because it encouraged mild vandalism and spreading garbage. Interesting.
So in January 2021, 3 months after the last shirt signing stream, MrBeast did a live stream where for only $10, viewers could send a picture to the moon. Wait, JPEGs that are going to the moon? And of course he did more illegal lotteries.
Just to keep things fun and interesting, as if putting a photo on the moon isn't interesting enough. Someone who puts a photo on the moon, or if you buy the bundle, whatever, and the next 30 minutes, we'll just fly you down to be in a video.
3 years later, the spaceship finally launched, carrying beautiful pictures of deceased loved ones to the moon where they would be immortalized. It fucking exploded.
Oh. So everyone who bought into that one lost all their money and their picture. Interesting. I mean, to be fair, there's not really anything MrBeast can do to control the flight of a spacecraft or a launch of a spacecraft. There's not really anything he can do about that, but he could offer to redo it on another flight. I mean, if he really cared about that purchase, that value being followed through on for those people.
So obviously MrBeast refunded everyone, right? Right? Is it MrBeast's fault that the rocket exploded? No. Is it his fault that he advertised it as for $10 I will put your photo on the moon?
For $10, I'll put whatever picture you want on the moon.
When he couldn't guarantee that? Yes, of course. October 6th.
And also, I will add, to be fair, there's no guarantee that the spacecraft, even if it had launched successfully into, like, low Earth orbit, or, it actually made it out of Earth's orbit, maybe it makes it all the way to the moon. There's no guarantee that the spacecraft would have even landed successfully on the moon and all those pictures would be there now. There's no guarantee of any of this because of how imprecise space travel still is. So maybe this was just actually that isn't really a defense for MrBeast, because if, like, knowing that and by a stretch of logic, I mean, anybody could come to this conclusion, it's still irresponsible of him to offer this to his fans because of the low likelihood that it would actually be successful. So yeah, I still hate it. Yeah, it's crazy.
16th, 2021, same thing. Buy this shirt to be in a video.
Shopify dashboard. We just have like a random number generator, and then like we just put the number, like if there's 1,000 orders, we just put it, picks a number between 1 and 1,000, and then my people give me the name. So the first person that we're inviting to be in our Squid Game, if you want to enter, click the link in the description, buy the shirt or hoodie, is Alonzo Diaz.
Wait, I want to go back. Hold on. The website did have a no purchase necessary link hidden at the bottom of the page, but there was no mention of this anywhere on the stream. The title was literally buy this shirt to be in a video, and MrBeast said they were selecting random winners from the Shopify order list. Okay.
Alonzo Diaz.
Okay.
Bro, there's an actual $100 bill.
Wait, really?
Like, they actually sent a $100 bill.
Wait, what does it say? Oh, now we have to read the message. You and your crew are an inspiration to our young ones. He wanted to send you $100.
What?
Everyone click the link, or the view product thing in the bottom left. We're gonna open 3 packages, and whatever's in those 3 packages, we're gonna give someone random that buys.
MrBeast is the American.
I mean, he does seem to want to offer giveaways a lot. Yeah, it's interesting.
Dream.
Now I'm going to get to what, in my opinion, is the most unethical CTA giveaway that MrBeast has done. But before I do that...
Okay, all right. It gets even better. The plot thickens. The steak is getting juicier and juicier.
I really want to drive home the point that the closer a sweepstakes is to an illegal lottery, the more money it makes. Because, every customer is supposed to be informed that they can enter easily for free and that making a purchase does not increase their chances of winning.
Yeah, this is the key here. No purchase or payment of any kind is necessary to enter or win this sweepstakes. Yeah, and that is not being done in these MrBeast giveaways. Yeah, it's entirely required, it seems, to make a purchase to be entered.
Like, you're supposed to say no purchase necessary in all of your promotional material, which MrBeast does not do.
Right.
This legal gray area only leads to people getting scammed, especially the elderly and children, who are also being introduced to gambling. The only people who benefit off of sweepstakes are influencers and scammers. Remember Wizza?
I like how he doubled up on that PNG there. Influencers and scammers, both being Logan Paul. Nice.
Sweepstakes company that got exposed as a total scam and shut down. Even Omaze, the charity sweepstakes company, got exposed as a scam and had to shut down in the US.
Yikes. Yeah, I remember Omaze being around everywhere. So many Omaze giveaways. Maybe I was fool enough to sign up for one or two of them myself.
Or back in the day, there was Mystery Brand. You remember Mystery Brand?
So Mystery Brand is a website where you purchase different boxes with chances of winning things. Take, for example, this women's Christmas box. It costs $15 to open, and you can win the most expensive Los Angeles realty. But you can't even click it, okay? It doesn't even give you more information, but apparently it's worth $250 million.
Yeah, likely that you can win that. That is crazy.
I love that you can't click it. Like, they're just like, trust us. There's a $250 million house with your name on it. All the way down to Icicle, site balance. I'm willing to bet that this is probably what 99% of the people are getting.
Hey, at least MrBeast never wanted to work with this obvious scam. I mean, at least MrBeast's manager never went on some podcast and talked about how MrBeast really wanted to work with this company. Oh, what's this?
Is there anything you've had to say no to?
Yeah, tons. Yeah, so a good example. So it was about 3 years or 2.5 years ago when I started working with Jimmy. What was becoming really popular were these like mystery loot crate, like internet sites where it's basically like CSGO skins, but you'd go on and be like, here's the Supreme box and you'd pay $50 for it. And remember,
I'm guessing this is, it must be like a manager or somebody high up if he's kind of interviewing for MrBeast or on behalf of or as a representative of.
Yeah, didn't Ricegum did quite a few people.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, they got a lot of hate for that.
Right.
Jimmy was, he wanted to work with that company when he heard about it because there was a lot of money and we wanted to give that money away in a video. And I had to talk him back on it. I was like, listen, we're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this negative.
Ooh, not promoting gambling. Yikes. That did not age well.
So it was a long conversation that him and I had to have, which eventually we passed on the deal. And then Jake, Paul, and Ricegum ended up doing that deal and got a lot of hate for it.
Jimmy, why is your manager saying that you wanted to promote this obvious scam to your young, impressionable audience? MrBeast launched Feastables, his new chocolate brand, back in January 2022.
I want to tell you guys about my new snack company, Feastables. They're made with only 5 ingredients, but still taste amazing. And I'm kicking off Feastables with something I've always wanted to do. 10 random bars are going to have a mystery ticket inside of them, and if you get this mystery ticket, we will fly you out to compete for a chocolate factory in one of our videos. And on top of that, Chandler, we're giving away over $1 million in other prizes to random people that buy the bars.
Dude,
More giveaways.
I need to buy these.
It's interesting to look back at this because a large part of Feastables' marketing campaign was the fact that it's a better for you brand, that it's healthier for you than Hershey's. Less sugar, only 4 ingredients, all organic.
I wanted to just make.
I do remember that now. Yeah, that was one of the big things. It was going to be like a healthy chocolate or a more healthy chocolate bar because obviously chocolate is not necessarily healthy for you to begin with. But yeah, that's really interesting.
A better for you snack brand because I think a lot of the stuff out there is just terrible for you. Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat. Like Hershey's, for example, there's 10 ingredients, super processed. Our Feastables bars are 5 ingredients, and just all the ingredients are way higher quality. And it's infinitely better than the other options out there.
I got all the Feastable chocolates. Let's try them and rank them 1 to 6.
I'm going to be completely honest. Totally not biased because if it sells more, I make more money.
I'm gonna be honest, and I hope Jimmy is sitting next to me and not getting his feelings hurt.
Totally not biased, of course.
Compare it to Hershey's. It's our Crunch Bar.
Okay. This is the one you believe in?
Yes.
Not crazy, Jimmy.
No?
No.
You don't like Crunch Bars?
I do like Crunch Bars, but again, it's too sweet.
Let me try this. Maybe these are defective.
Oh my God,
this tastes good to me.
Wait, we're supposed to be ranking them. I rated the first one, so we going completely off of.
This guy is actually being honest, and it's just like crushing Mr. Beast there. Oh my goodness, it's kind of funny.
Oh, well, completely off of. We're in too deep. I rate this a 10 out of 10. I give this an 11 out of 10. Keep in mind, only 5 ingredients. Infinitely healthier for you than the normal thing out there.
Also my favorite so far.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't realize you were a dark chocolate guy.
I'm not a super dark chocolate guy. I do love dark chocolate. I get this a 7.8 out of 10.
Okay, so I'm starting to understand this, man.
Yeah,
Okay,
give it a little
okay.
higher.
I'm starting to figure this man out. You're gonna like this one, right? You like salt? I read you as a sea salt guy. I'm gonna get rid of these.
I love salt.
No,
No, I want the try
you just don't. Trust me. You're a dark chocolate kind of guy. Yes, I can read the room. The room is red.
Oh my goodness. That was hard to watch. That was uncomfortable. Oh my goodness. He was so confident, and then the guy's just like being honest with him, like, yeah, this ain't great. You know, it's all right. You know, it's not that good. It's okay. And he's just getting crushed. Oof. Ooh.
Now in 2024, MrBeast changed the formula again to where it has mostly the same ingredients as Hershey's.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the healthy angle wasn't working for him. Uh-oh.
And even more sugar and more calories per.
Oh. Oh, dang. Yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah, okay. Yeah, just trying to outpace Hershey's in sugar and kind of calorie count.
Per bar. And this initial ad for Feastables where he calls it healthy is still getting millions of views a month. Also, I don't think you should ever advertise it as over $1 million in prizes when more than a third of those prizes are just coupons for more MrBeast products. Forcing you to spend more money if you actually want to redeem them. Ooh, a $5 coupon for Beast Burger. Now a single combo only costs $20.
Bob's Burgers Palace or fucking Five Guys. If this shit can be successful, fucking Five Guys.
It's so good.
Who cares? It's called Five Guys. What kind of fucking name is that?
It doesn't matter. The burgers are good.
Branding matters.
Ooh, maybe you should just...
Yeah, okay, here we go. MrBeast sues food company over revolting inedible burgers. Yeah. Yeah, the flavor, the taste is just melting away right there in his logo, isn't it? It's yeah, it's a horrible mutated mess, apparently. Oof.
Spend a little less time on this beautiful logo and more time on making the food actually edible.
Oh man.
Brother,
Oh man.
what's that?
Yeah, where's the quality control? I mean, I know he kind of outsourced the burger making to all these burger places, but like really? No quality control? I mean, it's kind of a half-spun idea if it can turn out like this.
What's that, brother?
Also, be for real, dude. Five Guys has a nice, clean, appealing aesthetic. You know, the name suggests humble beginnings. This is like a 8-year-old sloppy cotton candy piss burger. It literally looks like a piss burger.
I mean, I wasn't kidding, man. It just looks like it's melting. Like the whole burger is melting, not just the cheese. All the drips and angles is like that burger is falling apart. Maybe it actually fits the messes that we saw in those screenshots.
Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
Also, this digital wheel is not remotely representative of your actual odds. Mark Rober has talked about this common deceptive casino tactic before.
You recall from the carnival scam video, the most lucrative games for the carnival owner are those where people overestimate their chances of winning. That is exactly what happens in this game, thinking you were so close to getting a jackpot, when in reality, you weren't close at all. In gambling psychology, this is known as the near-miss effect, and people will spend much more money to try and win because they think they can just do it on the next one.
Makes sense. Yeah. And that lost, what is it? Sunk cost fallacy, right? Especially if you have to pump money into it to try and to have a chance to win. So you think the next one, you're so close, you're going to win it next time, and you've already put in so much money into this, you have to keep going. You have to keep trying because you can't make all the money you spent be a waste. Yeah, yeah.
I am absolutely pigging out on Feastables, and I'm trying to do this. MrBeast is teaching us gambling? Minus points because there's no cool music. Anyway, let's...
I didn't know about this. I didn't know about the slots. That's crazy. That's crazy. He just straight up has slots. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, Mr. Beast. Man, got some shady tactics going on here. All right, let's go.
Gamble.
Also, these tickets, one of them just so happened to go to a YouTuber with 700,000 subscribers at the time. Just pure chance.
This was just taped.
It was taped.
No freaking way.
I mean, she just said it. She just said it. This one's just taped. This one's just taped. So either this is, oh my gosh, either she already opened the bar. They already knew. And this is them taping the packaging back up to film and react, to get the reaction on camera, or possibly, I mean, maybe, no, that's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense. Weird. I mean, maybe they just bought a whole box of them and just powered through them or something to try and find a ticket.
So it is like really like total chance, obviously. Like you're one of like hundreds of thousands of names.
Talk to Jimmy, Bella. What do you got to say to
Jimmy,
say
thank
to him?
you for picking us.
No, he didn't. It was random.
I know.
Was it though? Was it random? Also,
Oh, thank you for picking us? That wording makes it sound very sus. Okay, all right. Okay.
so this guy went on to win the chocolate factory, and extremely unlikely things do happen, but can we see how the winners were chosen maybe? Because knowing how important it is to Jimmy that every video has entertaining contestants through the whole video, it's a little suspicious. I'll just say, in my opinion, as somebody who worked for MrBeast, I don't think this large YouTuber won a ticket purely by chance. Also, I know that producers are sort of able to pull strings behind the scenes to give some contestants better chances than others. And he runs these sweepstakes to like bribe children with gambling to consume more sugar. Like, this is far worse than a lottery ticket because a lottery ticket doesn't give you diabetes and only pay out your...
Yeah, the gambling for children really does bother me. I mean, I know some may not care because gambling is everywhere anyway. But it does bother me. I'm not going to say like, oh, MrBeast, you're the worst because of providing gambling to children, because there is gambling everywhere else. Like he's basically just doing what other platforms and companies and websites are already doing. But it definitely doesn't help any opinion of him.
Your rich and famous friends. Like, MrBeast is bringing hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of new people to the candy aisle, whether he wants to admit it or not.
People are just walking to the chocolate aisle, and instead of buying Hershey's, buying Feastables. Like, people who never would have bought chocolate in Walmart are walking to the chocolate aisle specifically to buy Feastables.
You're creating a new market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm bringing new customers to the aisle.
Okay, I guess he does want to admit it. You know, kind of a weird flex, not something I would brag about, Jimmy. Also, maybe I should mention technically I'm a certified nutritionist, which really just means I paid $1,200 for a course and then failed to launch a health food company. But
Hey, that's fine, man. That's fine. We've all paid for degrees that we're no longer using. Yeah, I understand.
I know that poor diet and especially excessive sugar consumption is the #1 cause of death and health problems in America, including some of the health problems that MrBeast claims to care so much about. Blindness, deafness, loss of limbs. MrBeast also just launched a combo with Zaxby's, which if you get a soda, it's over 2,000 calories for one meal.
Whoa. Whoa. That is a high calorie count. Oh my goodness. What is it? Oh man. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long. Okay. I had to look this up because it's so insane. And yeah, 2150 calories is almost the average daily calorie intake for people generally. That's crazy. One meal is almost the whole calorie count for an entire day. Yikes.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat.
The only thing real in this video is the new MrBeast box at Zaxby's.
I'm pretty sure this would be illegal in Europe. This is like more calories in one meal than the average 10-year-old is supposed to consume on a daily basis.
Tell me how.
Whoa, seeing it put like that is even more insane. You're overdosing a kid on calories. That's nuts.
Oh, I'm killing little kids.
New research finds childhood obesity rates are getting worse.
The number one
Yeah.
killer in America is obesity. The number of deaths in overweight people surpass alcohol and smoking altogether.
For 30 days straight.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, I guess it makes sense in America. I mean, you just got to look left and right when you're downtown or in a mall or something. But wow, yeah, it's crazy seeing it laid out like that.
We are going to be giving away $10,000 to a lucky customer who scans the QR code on the back of any new Feastable bar.
It's just disappointing to see somebody pretend to care about the health epidemic in the US only when it's profitable for them. I know this point isn't going to resonate with a lot of people because of how normalized high calorie and high sugar diets are in America. But like bribing children to get into the habit of consuming excessive amounts of sugar, like $10,000 a day as a giveaway is very deliberate because it's trying to create repeat customers that just buy out of habits. Like doing this.
Yeah, I mean, so let me frame this, right? So other companies in general doing this sort of thing just to make money, right? They only care about your health if it makes them money. This is very normal. This is very expected behavior from a company, right? From an entity that's there to make money. And essentially MrBeast and his brand, his channel and everything and all of his other channels, it is a company now. That's all that it is. That's what it is. And so it is designed to try and get the most money out of its consumers, out of its customers as possible. But the problem is, the reason I have an issue with it is because he sells himself and his brand as being like the nice guy, the good guy that's trying to help people. That's what bothers me. So it's very, very conflictive with this get all the money I can out of my customers, out of my consumers by, selling them on the idea of healthy chocolate and then switching the chocolate to be worse than Hershey's chocolate, or creating this food brand that is, oh my goodness, so many calories that it's more than a kid's daily calorie intake in one meal. It's just insane.
This especially when you clearly understand how much of a health risk it is to these kids.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat.
It's honestly just fucking evil to me.
Yeah, clips like that, even cementing it even further. Like, he's aware of health issues and obesity issues in our culture and society, and talks about them as if they are very bad things, and then is encouraging that with his own products.
And I pushed back against this a lot while I worked at the company. For Halloween this year, Feastables is planning on putting $1 million in a chocolate bar. And they wanted to do a bunch of like scummy marketing and shit. My manager literally said at one point that they wanted to associate buying a Feastables with your dream coming true. So they're pitching ideas like, buy a Feastables, win 10K, buy a Feastables out of a vending machine, and the vending machine just starts spitting out money. Buy a Feastables and it has a ticket to Disney World, whatever, right? And I don't want to put a lot of like hearsay into this video. You should just believe the receipts that I'm showing you and not what I'm saying.
Wait, what does this say? Okay. Why is advertising to children more of an issue than advertising to adults? Children are in a development phase, and due to this, they are not capable of understanding the persuasive character or ironic connotations hidden in advertising messages. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Kids are just more imaginative in general. They're really good at using their imagination and blowing things up and like, whoa, this is crazy. They can visualize and see things a lot better than adults can a lot of the time. And so this makes a lot of sense. They see the chocolate bar. Oh, it means money. It means a Lamborghini. It means all these promises. And so it's easy for them to make that jump. I just need to buy a ton of chocolate bars and then my dreams will come true. I totally get where this is going.
But I swear to God, I said to somebody at the company, I feel like Feastables is 70% a chocolate company and 30% a lottery targeting children. And this higher up person at MrBeast said it was probably closer to the other way around and was laughing about it. Like 70% a lottery, 30% a chocolate company. Everyone knows it's just the call to actions and call to action giveaways especially.
Yikes. I mean, we don't have proof of this necessarily, but if true, that's so dirty, so scummy, right? 70% a lottery company. That's sad.
that drive sales. As soon as they stop, it's hard for large bargain retailers to sell this shit for 70% off. That's why they push them so hard. Once they stop their diabetes lottery, no one buys. Also, this is the website right now. MrBeast wants you to join the crew. Just so weird and scummy to me. I believe all the Feastables giveaways do have official rules and no purchase necessary clauses somewhere, but it's very difficult to find them. In traditional media, if you advertise a sweepstakes like in a commercial, you have to say in the promotional material itself, no purchase necessary.
Yeah, they have to do that 10,000 miles per hour voice with the text in very, very small font at the bottom. But at least it is displayed there very clearly before your eyes. If you have a DVR or something where you can, record and watch back or whatever, or you can take a photo of your screen or something, they can prove like, oh, we warned you,
Somehow MrBeast gets away with not saying no purchase necessary in any of his promotional materials, not the videos, the descriptions, pinned comments, nothing.
To celebrate our launch of milk chocolate and sea salt, we went out and we bought 10 Teslas, loads of cash, and all these prizes you see on the screen. And prizes aside, unlike Hershey's, these bars only have 4 to 5 ingredients and just genuinely taste good. Go to Feastables.com right now and order some chocolate. Only problem is the chocolate river is...
It's funny that he had to say that. Even Logan Paul complies with sweepstakes law. Oh, that's funny.
Deteriorating all the...
The only place you'll find no purchase necessary is either on the Feastables Twitter account because it's a rule of the platform, and even still they try to push it. No perched neck, or hidden deep in the Feastables.
They can't even say it outright. No perch neck. Oh boy, is that just how the younger generation is now? They can just read weird acronyms now. If there was no context around that little phrase there, I wouldn't have known what it was saying.
Website under a FAQ. And to enter for free, you have to mail in separate 3" by 5" hand-addressed written index cards, up to 10 a day. Do you think kids are gonna do that shit or just beg their parents when they're at Walmart for the YouTuber diabetes lottery ticket? How is this legal? How do you mail something without making a purchase? Cards, envelopes, stamps. The free entry method can cost more than the chocolate bar itself.
Yeah. I guess maybe the argument is that they're purchasing a chocolate bar and there's no proof, or like, I don't know. Yeah. 'Cause that must be it. I mean, nothing else makes sense. They're purchasing the chocolate bar and they're not purchasing directly into the sweepstakes or something. I don't know what other argumentation there could be for how that is not what it obviously is.
Also, going back to sweepstakes law for a second, payment isn't the only form of consideration. Consideration can also be time or effort that directly benefits MrBeast in some way.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, if he told his fans to clean up and organize his Feastables displays in Walmart for a chance to win $5,000. Shelfie cleanup and $5,000 drawing? They thought this was going to be a monthly thing, but it got a lot of controversy, obviously.
Yeah, literally trying to put his fans to work? What? For a chance to win $5,000. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Just really taking advantage of the fans at that point. I didn't know about so much of this stuff. Man, I must be living under a rock. This is crazy.
How can I successfully clean up the shelves? Wow, glad you asked. No bars on the shelf? Go find an employee and ask them to check to see if there is product in the back room and ask them to bring them out so you can put it on the shelf to match the tags. What the fuck, dude? Imagine a 7-year-old looking for the Walmart manager so he can ask to stock shelves for a chance to be compensated? Dude, was Walmart in on this? This was not just one off-the-cuff tweet. This was like planned with instructions and graphics and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty detailed. It does not seem like something off the cuff. That was like part of their strategy.
Also, a company asking children for selfies is a little bit weird. And while you're at it, if you want to maybe move some Hershey's bars and make sure that Feastables has plenty of space, I wouldn't complain. Ah! I just cannot believe they were going to give $5,000 to one of MrBeast's child laborers for stocking shelves. And no one at MrBeast was like, hey, this is a terrible idea. Actually, if you said that, you'd probably get fired.
This is the best tasting chocolate on earth. Good job, boys.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a yes man crowd. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's great ideas. Great. Keep doing it. Yes. Yes. This is we're going to win with this strategy. Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How do we know that's the best tasting chocolate in the world?
You're fired.
What?
Out.
This is such horse shit. You can do that? I mean, that is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
The most shocking.
World's best chocolate. Just right there, huh? Isn't that false advertising? I mean, I guess it has to be objectively proven wrong. And I don't know how objectively you can prove it wrong necessarily. But it seems like false advertising somewhere.
Result was that Feastables never earned anything higher than a third place ranking.
Ooh, okay, here we go.
But I do think their branding is like world's best chocolate bar is how do you get away with that? World's best chocolate.
World's best pizza.
What does that even fucking mean?
Define that yourself.
Fair. That's fair. All of these comments are fair and justly stated.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But I would think you'd have to, I don't know. I'm sure whoever worked on his marketing gave some thought to it or something.
Okay, one last point of consideration. Prolonged attention is definitely a form of consideration. In the attention economy, it is the valuable resource that advertisers...
True. We got to get that watch time, right? Yeah, you got to have that carry through as high as possible on the percentage, right? For how long people watch.
Directly pay MrBeast for. So in these live streams when MrBeast says, hey guys, today we're doing a bunch of illegal lotteries, but also we're going to be giving away some free stuff to people who keep watching. He does that to boost viewer numbers.
I'm going to give you guys a reason to keep watching, okay? Here's what I'm going to do. Randomly, I'm not going to tell you when, it could be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. I'm going to randomly pick one person watching this IG live stream and one person watching this YouTube live stream. I'm going to give you each $5,000. So, keep watching.
There it is, right? There's the tactics. Yeah. Promise on something that people really want, and they will watch. They will watch with eyelids peeled back to make sure that they don't miss it. Man.
There's no predictable intervals for when MrBeast will give things away for free to people who watch, so you have to be present when they happen, which means viewers have to keep watching, which is time and effort that directly benefits MrBeast.
Right,
the more viewers, the more money MrBeast obviously makes, either directly through sales or AdSense or just getting boosted in the YouTube algorithm. So even the free giveaways could and should be against the law.
Yeah.
MrBeast just uses gambling psychology to exploit young children for profit. He's just become the first casino where the currency you pay with is attention.
Do you think attention is the most valuable currency in the world?
Well, of course.
Or labor or money sometimes.
Yeah, his core audience is...
All of it. Get all of it. all the attention, all the labor, all of it. And money and everything.
like I'd say like 10 to 12-year-old boys. Older people are a little bit over him. Some people kind of question the ethics, you know. They sometimes say in these videos where he like builds all these wells or, you know, cures people of this blindness. It's almost like he's exploiting people for these views. So older audiences don't love him, but this tween audience, they love him and they're thinking, you know, watching him could get me a car. So why wouldn't I?
I'm gonna give you guys.
Hearing it phrased like that, oh man, it's so shallow, so base, so sad. Man, if I just watch MrBeast, I might win a Lamborghini. Oh man, is that really what you want? That's the type of fans that you want? It's very the type of relationship with the fans that you want? Because it's not necessarily that the fans are the problem, but yeah, it's like the relationship that you're creating with your fans is just like, they're just waiting, like salivating, like, yes, I could win something from this man. Ugh, it's weird.
That's a reason to keep watching.
Okay, now as far as fake giveaways go, I'm sort of limited in what I can say without exposing confidential information and getting sued. So my official statement is that sometimes things slip through the cracks, and personally, I believe that is intentional. Here's one example where someone on Reddit posted saying that they were promised free dog food for life in exchange for letting MrBeast use them in a video. 5 months later, they still haven't received their dog food. I actually sent this post to someone who works at MrBeast, and they said they were going to send it to the PR team.
Dang, I don't know what happened. We'll send to our PR team, thanks. There you go. Slipped through the cracks, and they look very on it. No, I mean, maybe they did follow up. Who knows? Yeah, we don't really know based on this.
And then the Reddit post got taken down.
Oh.
So I don't know if it got resolved.
Interesting.
Here's another example of things slipping through the cracks.
The second thing that I probably would do different is invest. And I know what y'all about to say. Y'all about to go to the clip too, where Jimmy said that we set a certain amount aside to invest.
I know you talked about wanting to maybe invest 50K and then set aside like the other 23 for just other little nuances here and there.
This is not me calling anybody a liar or anything, because...
Dude, investing. Yeah. I'll give my little spiel here. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know anything about finances, blah, blah, blah. But in my opinion, what I would do with $1 million is I would invest half of it immediately. $500,000, even if you're... And investing in the stock market with dividend yielding stocks. If you are investing, let's say the full $1 million, right? You invest the full $1 million at 5% returns with dividends. Every 3 months on $1 million, you'd be getting $50,000 back. Every 3 months. $50,000 being handed to you in your account. Here you go. Here's your 50,000. Thank you. That's insane. So many people should invest. Like, really, I would highly recommend it because I would do that with my money. But I am not a financial advisor, and I do not give financially sound advice at all. So do what you want with your money. But yeah, I would recommend it to anyone who wins a large sum like that. Like, let's say even just 100,000, and you're putting in $100,000 into stocks, getting 5% back. So you're getting $5,000 every 3 months. So every month, if you split that up, you get it at the third month, and you're splitting it up for the next 3 months, right, until you get your next one, your next dividends. Had to pull out the calculator for that one. I wanted to make sure I was right about what I was saying, but basically $1,600 per month off of $100,000 invested. It doesn't sound like a ton. It sounds like a very small amount off of your large sum, but if you're getting a large sum, why wouldn't you just sign up for free money? I don't know. That's what I would do personally. Yeah.
I know what y'all do. I know what the internet does. But what I think what happened was somebody that worked for MrBeast or something like that was supposed to probably help me invest, but that didn't happen. I talked to Jimmy after I won $1 million, after I finally got the remaining amount in my bank account. I was telling him, I was like, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to be like how everybody's saying, like I'm gonna run out of money and do all this crazy stuff. I was like, man, Jimmy, please help me. And he said he was gonna help me and we was gonna invest, but yeah, that didn't happen. So
I actually watched this video. You know, MrBeast does say that.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, another one falling through the cracks, right? And that's a big amount too. Somebody who won $1 million and there's no follow-up there that you said there was going to be. That's kind of disappointing.
They're not going to be irresponsible, that they're going to try to set Mark up for life, and that they are going to help him with investing.
What we're actually going to do is be responsible and try to set Mark up for his future. So we're going to make smart purchases like a house, cars, and do some investing.
But according to Mark, MrBeast only gave him an hour to plan what house to buy, and then gave him only 24 hours to spend the bulk of his money for a video.
Time. I wish I would have had more time, and I wish I would have planned out stuff better. Like, that was the best example I can give you is when we had planned out the house and stuff. I literally had an hour. He had somebody come to my house, and we sat down and we planned all this in an hour. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of crazy. Yeah. I don't see what the justification for that is at all. I mean, sure, MrBeast is probably a busy guy, and I don't know if MrBeast even came himself. He said the guy came, so probably some financial advisor or whatever that MrBeast hired out, or his team hired out for this guy to sit with. But it seems kind of crazy, yeah, to just be like, okay, you got 1 hour, let's figure out your whole, like, let's break down this $1 million, boom, boom, boom. maybe an hour is enough for some people to kind of figure out their spending like that. But I think a lot of people would need some planning time, some serious planning time. And like looking at houses, that's something people do for weeks. That's crazy to just do in an hour. So anyway, that's crazy.
They came to my house and we planned this out, and yeah, in about an hour. So I wish I would have had more time, and I wish I would have did a couple things differently on the time management side, which I guess I really couldn't help because I had to spend it. I had to spend the money and I had to like do all this. So
I'm starting to think he might have been a little bit better off if you didn't make him spend $1 million in 24 hours for content.
Can I just say, I'm super glad you won the $1 million.
All I need from you is a signature right here. The vehicles are yours.
What we're actually gonna do is be responsible and try to set
100K? Is that what it said? Yikes. 123,000. Oh my goodness. Man, just buy a car that's 2 years old for like 20K. That's crazy.
You is a signature right here. The vehicles are yours.
What we're actually gonna do is be responsible and try to set Mark up for his future.
You better not read it. You're a millionaire. You ain't got time to read.
The more you show us around, the more I'm like, thank God you won the $1 million.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I mean, maybe you're just trying to give the viewers context. Maybe that wasn't the angle. Like you're trying to, you know, I don't know, hit home on the fact that he was poor or something. Or not poor. Let's not say poor, but just whatever. He wasn't as well off as others might be. But it is kind of weird that you're zooming in on like the rusty spots on the car or something to like, you know, give a very strong impression of something. Yeah, true.
So, you're selling Krabby Patties, eh, Plankton?
That's right, Squidward. And there's a free bucket helmet with every purchase. Care for one?
No! You may have hoodwinked everyone else in this backwater town, but you can't fool me. I listen to public radio.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means you set up Mr. Krabs. You stole the crown so Neptune would freeze him and you could finally get your stubby little paws on the Krabby Patty formula. It was you all along. But you made one fatal mistake. You messed with my paycheck. And I'm gonna report you to the highest authority in the land, King Neptune.
The FTC.
We'll see about that, Inspector Loose Lips.
Now activating helmet brain control devices.
What?
Man, he really played into this little clip.
All hail Plankton.
Subscribe to MrBeast.
Seize him, slaves. All hail Plankton.
All charity equals good. Only good people do charity. This is insane.
Who can stop me now?
Now be like shocked, like have your hands over your face, like you're emotional as you can be. So like have your hand reaching for it and then like be like shocked, like you're, yeah. Now act a little surprised. Like,
Oh
be, like,
man,
really shocked with your mouth open.
that was a crazy video. Oh man, and it was long. Oh man, I mean, there's a lot to cover, so I guess I can't blame the guy for making it a long form video. Holy cow. Okay, let's recap. So, for sure, okay, let me rephrase that. Allegedly, MrBeast does fake videos, and we got some evidence of that. We saw the Survive on the Raft video where they were clearly not in the tent at the night sequence where they would have been sleeping. So we have evidence there of a faked video. We have Mac, the seemingly hired actor for multiple repeat videos where he just barely loses the competition or whatever and goes on to finally win. And you see clips of this Mac character kind of looking over his shoulder, and the sequence where he's walking on the lighting up squares on the floor, checking the timer, just inching along very carefully, and then he just happens to finish just barely with 1 second left. Just very interesting evidence there. I'm not going to say for sure that he is a hired actor, but one could assume such from such evidence. And man, the chocolate bar going from something that was supposed to be healthy, and in these podcast clips that we're showing of him, it seems like he cares about people's health. He's talking about health quite a bit, and obesity, it's so bad in our society and stuff. And then the chocolate bar changes the recipe, and it's worse than Hershey's. They put out Beast Burger, and it's this horribly like quality controlled mess. And this other, I forget, Zaxby's, the Zaxby's collab, I guess you would say. And the calorie count is greater than a child's, like a young adult's entire calorie count for a whole day in one meal. Crazy. Oh, all the giveaways, man, how could I skip over the large section of the giveaways there? Those giveaways, so many, and clearly, like clips of one of MrBeast's crew signing MrBeast's signature in MrBeast's name. And these fans that are getting these forged signatures, they're not getting the real MrBeast signature. They're not getting what they pay $42 for, by the way, these t-shirts, $42. Absolutely insane. So much meat to that video. And, basically, what it comes down to is if you don't like this kind of stuff, if you don't like what he's doing, what we have lots of evidence of him doing, allegedly, just don't watch him. Just don't support him. Don't watch his videos. If that's how you feel strongly about it, yeah, just don't support the guy. Don't buy his products. Don't watch his videos. And that's basically what it comes down to. I hope more comes out because this huge video has already come out. I hope more comes out. I hope we see just crazy amounts of stuff flooding forward about this. It's kind of sad because he's at the top of YouTube, right? And to see these kind of negative aspects, it's really unfortunate because I bet a lot of people want to think of him as the good guy that he kind of portrays himself as. But man, yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on behind the scenes, or in some cases right in front of our very eyes with MrBeast there. Thanks for watching, guys.